nothing's going in, and they just can't get over a hump, and they're behind by a ton. And it had to be just an uphill climb all night. I mean, I know is that as bad as you played all season?
That's as
Longer than all season, is that what I'm?
that's as poor of an effort. And I'm not even talking making shots. That's as poor of an effort in terms of competing and just competing that I've seen in my 10 years here.
Just kind of going through the motions type thing?
Yeah. I mean, we talked about, since even before we left the locker room, 48 hours ago, we talked about not having a letdown mentally because Idaho State is very good and that we were very geeked up to play Weber State.
Right.
And we fell short, but you can't let that affect the next 48 hours.
I agree.
And so all we preached about in practice, in film, team meals, individual meetings, anytime we were together over the last 48 hours, all we did was preach about bringing toughness and bringing in a competitive desire. And then make or miss shots, that's out of the equation. I just wanted to see guys play like they were competing at another level, and we obviously missed that message greatly.
What was practice like yesterday?
We didn't do a lot physically.
Right.
We did our usual routine, did scout report, watched film, really tried to get a lot of mental reps because I felt like we were tired the last 10 minutes of the Weber game. I thought watching that on film, going back and watching, I thought, I felt like the difference in that game was our bodies to a T in the Weber State game. I felt like we were outmanned in terms of physical bodies. Tonight, other than Ibrahim Silla, I felt like we were outmanned at every position. So I need to look at what we're doing in the weight room and what we're doing diet-wise. It's hard to monitor what these guys are doing, but that shows a level of commitment. 3 years ago, we had some of the best bodies in the Big Sky, and I don't, to me, we don't have that anymore, and that's affecting our level of play. When two bodies collide, ours is not winning that matchup right now, and it's wearing on us throughout the course of a game, and so that's my fault, and I've got to look at what we're doing there and adjust that.
That's the physical part. The mental part, I don't know what you do about. And we talked about it before, and this group being a tough group to read sometimes and light a fire under them, but my Lord.
I think it goes back to, Sam, it goes back to who you're bringing into your program. And,
right.
We have some guys that are a little behind in terms of the mental toughness that you would want. And that's our job, is to challenge them and bring them through that and educate them. We spend a lot of time talking about non-basketball issues, just about having standards for who you are as a person. And that the game of basketball exposes those weaknesses or strengths. And it's our job as a staff is to have these guys walk across the platform, get their degree, but be confident that they can take anything that life throws at them because of how we run our program and what we demand. And so I'm just as mad at myself as I am at the guys. I don't care about making shots. I know we were 2 for 18 tonight. I don't care about that. I just want guys that are going to compete and leave it all out there on the floor. I want guys like Tyler Luce that are going to absolutely bust their tails and do everything that we ask of them. And, God bless him. He's not the most talented guy in the world, but he can play on one of my teams any day.
What was your post game like? What do you do in that case? BG, do you jump someone's case? Do you try to make your point quick and short and then close the door and move on quickly from it? How do you deal with that?
With this whole game,
Yeah.
like I said early on, they're lucky that they changed the rule, or else we'd be practicing right now. But no, I mean, it does you no good to dwell on it. And the only reason I say that is your job when you're part of a team is to deliver your best. And I'm not talking your best offensive performance. And that's where we've got issues. And we've got guys and that's part of the basketball culture that we have to deal with right now. That's how they judge their performances. And if they don't make shots, that's the only way they see that they impact the game. And it's our job as a staff is to change that and show guys that there's many, many ways other than making shots to impact a game towards winning. And we're in the process of that right now. With some guys we're succeeding, some guys we're not.
Okay, I'm going to get a little bit tough here. And some of that goes to character. And are some of these guys pretty good at hiding it character-wise when you're recruiting them, you're watching them, you're seeing them, you're dealing with them once they get here? Are they able to hide that at a certain time and you think that character is at a level that, meets your standard and all of a sudden it's not or not?
I think everybody in our program is capable of doing what we need. I think what you're seeing is 8 new faces all at one time with very little leadership.
You said though before, those 3 weeks ago, I can go back, those 8 faces aren't new anymore.
Yeah, but they're new in terms of the lesson. It's hard to teach those lessons in the span of 1 year. There's a reason why, the teams that are young and new aren't playing as well. I mean, I watched Michigan State today dismantle Michigan, and there's a reason why they kept saying, well, Michigan State's got 3 or 4 seniors out on the floor most of the time. Is that an excuse? No.
Right.
Have we missed on some to the level that I want in terms of those issues that you're talking about? No question.
Okay. And now you go on the road for what, 4?
3 in a row. Yeah, we got it. It's that's why this weekend was really big, and we didn't bring it. I don't know any other way to fix it other than go back to just keep chopping, and the guys that are engaged and the guys that want to compete. That's what as a staff. That's where our antennas have to be. Is who is competing and who is playing. Playing's not good enough. We have to compete. Every possession, every one-on-one matchup, every time that ball goes up on the rim, every time you get a chance to set a screen, every time you get a chance to chase an offensive rebound, are you competing or are you existing? And we ran into a team tonight that competed, and we tried to get by with existing, and you saw the outcome.